Welcome everyone, it's Jen, one of your trainers and yoga instructors from the Y. Today I'll be walking you through a standing yoga routine which has an emphasis on core strength and leg strength. So this is not your generally relaxed or gentle yoga. We're going to be stepping it up a couple notches today. So the benefit is you get to build some more muscle without any equipment, and then also have the benefits of the breathing exercises that we do in yoga. So we'll be starting off kind of in the middle of your mat. You can position it lengthwise. Take your feet about hip width apart where it's comfortable. Just find a strong standing position. And as we inhale, reach your arms upward. As we exhale, bend your knees and reach those arms back down. So we're going to match the movement with our breath, inhaling to reach up and exhaling to lower down. Inhaling up, fingers towards the sky. Exhale, hinge from your hips. And start to pick this up a little bit so the movement becomes bigger and the breath also becomes bigger. Inhaling as we lift. Exhale to lower. Take notice of how your back is feeling. You might feel a little bit of release as we lower down. Let's do one more time, exhaling down, and then inhaling back up. This time, drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Take a little bit of space between your feet and lower down into what we call a chair pose. On inhale, reach your arms up. On exhale, palms together, lower down to chair. So we're going to continue to just move from that standing position into that slightly knee bent position, almost like you're lowering to a squat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, relax your shoulders, hands to your heart, lower down to chair. You may start to get, as you get warmer, start to come a little bit deeper into your chair pose. So maybe sitting further back, kind of tucking your tail under slightly. Draw a breath in to rise. And this time, exhale. And stay here right in chair pose. Notice your legs, that they feel like they are evenly supporting your body. Press both heels to the ground. Inhale, switch over, turn over to the right side. Palms stay to your chest. And then exhale back to center. Now to the other side. Inhale to turn. Exhale back to center. Draw a new breath in. Rise all the way up from our extended or tall mountain. And then slowly bring your palms back downward. We're revisiting chair once more. This time as you rotate to the right side, we'll be opening one arm, extending the bottom arm as well to open up through our shoulder. Slowly place the palms back together, rotate to center, draw a new breath in, rotate to the other side, and again one arm at a time, opening up to either the inside of the knee or the outside. And while we're here, take a quick check at your knees. Are you twisting into the direction of your arm? We want to keep our lower body steady. Slowly place palms back together. Let's sit just a little bit deeper. Feel that length through your spine and contract through your core muscles. One more breath in and exhale out. New breath in takes us all the way up to standing, and exhale, we're going to come down into a forward fold just to start stretching the back of our legs. So lower down as your chin tucks towards your chest, your arms extend, you can bend your knees as needed, and allow the top of your head to extend to the floor. Inhale, slowly come up part of the way, hands to your shins or to your thighs. Find that flat back position, and then exhale back to fold. Inhale, exhale back. One more time. Inhale up, lengthen through your spine, eyes to the floor. Exhale, fold down. On our next inhale, we'll roll up very slowly, one vertebra at a time, and then reach your arms upward, placing your palms together if you can, and then drop the shoulders down. Now I'm just going to take a step towards the front of the mat as we'll be working in this direction. Inhale once again, and then exhale, swan dive your arms down. Step your right leg back, followed by your left leg, and lift your hips up high. So we're going to spread our fingers wide and work our way into a down dog position. Now down dog is partly powered by our core muscles, so we're using those core muscles to lift the hips up. And don't worry about how much bend or lack of bend you have in your legs right now. With your front leg, extend to three-legged dog. Hold here for a breath or two. Make sure those hips are staying square to the floor. One more breath in, and exhale, bring that foot through so your knee is on top of your heel. Bend the back knee slightly, take your hands to your hips, and roll your way up to a high lunge. Allow your shoulders to draw back and down. And if this is too much, you can always come down to a kneeling position on the floor. As we inhale, inhale our arms upward overhead. As we exhale, maybe sink a little bit further down. Find the best place for your lunge. Inhale, bring your hands back down to the floor. Exhale, step that leg back and revisit our down dog position. Inhale, extend your back leg. Square off the hips, engage your glute muscles. Hold here as you exhale. One more breath in, and then exhale, step that leg through. Again, landing knee over your heel or your ankle. Slightly bend the back leg. Lift up gradually, bring your hands to your hips, and just make sure your hips are facing forward. Also take a quick check-in on your knee. Is it aligned over your ankle still? Now feel free to bend the back leg further. Engage through your core muscle and kind of slightly tilt your pelvis forward. Inhale, extend your arms, and then exhale, find that best lunge for you for your last breath in this position. Inhale, hands down, and then exhale to down dog. Make any adjustments you need, spread your fingers wide, walk out your dog if you choose. Inhale, front leg once again extends to three-legged dog. Exhale, step the leg through. And this time we're going to land our back heel and take a little bit of space from this foot to this one. So you may have even a foot in between. We're setting up warrior one position, and our goal is to keep our eyes, shoulders, and hips forward. Knees again bent on top of your heel, and our core muscles are gently engaged. You may want to play around with that back foot, the angle. I usually keep it about 45-ish degrees, not fully up to 90. And if this does not feel challenging enough, take a wider step back. Kind of rotate your body forward. Think about pulling up through the front of that back hip. And then maybe sink down a little bit more. So your option is to keep your hands on your hips, or you can extend your arms upward. We'll do a series of breathing movements. We'll extend upward and then back down, exhaling out. In, reaching up, opening through the front of the body. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up, exhale down. One more inhale. And now hold here again, dropping the shoulders down. See if you can tuck your tail under slightly, lift that back hip, and then feel how your legs are doing. Slowly lower your hands back down to the mat. Rotate so your back toes are again facing forward, and then step back to your down dog position. Again, you can walk out your down dog, or you can stay right where you are, thinking about pulling the hips upward and lowering your heels downward. Finding your back leg, extend that one behind you, three-legged dog as you draw a breath in, and as you exhale, float that foot through, landing your knee again on top of your heel and lowering your front foot this time down. So my knees or my heels are about in line, which is going to make it very hard to balance. So I'm taking a little step outward, creating some more space between the legs. Once you have the feet aligned, your legs aligned, again, bring your body forward. Pull up and in through your abdominal muscles. And think about pulling that front hip up as well. It's going to want to rotate forward, so we're keeping this direction. If it's too much pressure on your ankle, you can adjust where your foot is angled out. You can also take a further step in. As we inhale, reach upward. As we exhale, lower down and breathe out. Inhale up, exhale. And again, you can get very loud with this, really deep breaths. One more time on inhale, lift the chest, drop the shoulders, and slowly, slowly descend back to your down dog position. Again, we'll lift our back heel, reposition it, step back, and if down dog is not for you right now, you can drop your knees down and take any alternate stretch. Allow your head to hang heavy, your fingers to be spread wide. Feel that length in the back of your legs. Now slowly look to the front of the mat, and just as slowly start to walk your feet in as we reach the front of the mat and our forward fold, tucking our chin towards our chest again. Inhale, hands to your thighs or to your shins, flat back. Exhale, back to fold. So revisiting the series we did just a few minutes ago. Inhale, exhale down. On our next inhale, bend your knees, press your heels downward, draw your breath in and rise all the way up to extended mountain position. Place your palms together and slowly lower down to one more chair pose. Think about lengthening your spine, engagement through the front of your core, and relaxing your shoulders. If you'd like to, you can drop a little bit deeper. Slowly inhale to start to extend your legs, Bring your arms upward again, and then just place your hands right down to your heart center as we relax for a minute. Good, now let's relax our arms by our side and come towards the middle of the mat. So we're just gonna change directions as we move through our warrior two position. Start to space your legs out, a few feet in between. And let's start with our right toes turning outward, stacking a knee again on top of your heel, and then your left toes are forward. So it may take a little bit of time, kind of find that position that's right for you, and then bring your chest, your shoulders over your hips, your chest and eye gaze forward. Start to settle down into your warrior two position. Just be mindful of your knee. If it tends to track in, kind of guide it back out so we don't put any extra stress on our knee. And again, we don't want it shooting forward past our toes either. Let's extend our arms, press both heels into the ground, and think about lifting up through the upper body. As you're here, you may start to feel some burning sensation in the front leg, and that's part of the process. As we inhale, we'll be reaching over our back arm, and as we exhale, open up your palm, lift your eye gaze up, and let that back arm drop along the back leg. Feel free to get deeper if you feel up for it, or to release some of the bend of your knee if you need to. One more breath in, and then exhale, return your arms nice and long. Reposition shoulders over hips if they've shifted. On our new breath in, we'll reach forward the other direction, and as we exhale, our arm comes to our thigh, back arm reaches up and over. Feel that amazing stretch in the side of your body. This is our right angle pose. You can stay here, or you can lower down to the floor if your body allows today. I'm just gonna stay right with this option. Get a feel for what's going on in your body. So quad muscles are firing. You may feel something through your shoulder, stretch through your side. Inhale, extend your arms once again. Exhale, take the bend out of that knee, and then just switch to the other direction. So you can take your hands back to your hip for positioning. You can keep them extended if you feel confident on where your trunk is. Again, knee is over your heel, your ankle. Lifting up through your abdominal muscles, your chest. A little bit of softness in this leg is good because we never want to lock the legs out. And also we're thinking about engaging our hip muscles here. As we inhale, shift to the back direction. As we exhale, open that palm, lift upward, relax your back arm, and stay here for another breath or two. Now slowly lower your arms to extend again. As you draw your next breath in, shift forward, see how far you can come, and then your arm rests on your thigh. So we don't want it pushing down so it cuts off circulation, but it's there kind of as a prop. Open the back arm, lifting that lower rib off your hip, finding that space, and just making sure, again, your toes are still forward, your knees over your heel and ankle. One more breath in, and exhale out. Slowly take your arms open again, take the bend out of your knee, and then bring your toes forward, all 10 of them, as we draw a breath in, and then exhale for a brief forward fold from our wide position. Tuck your chin in, lift your hips up high, kind of shift your weight forward to the front of your feet. Now taking your hands to your knees, or to your thighs, slightly bend your knees, and roll up to a standing position. We'll be coming into a goddess pose, which is very heavy on the legs. So you can adjust your stance inward slightly, kind of where you'd be comfortable with a squat, and start to bend your knees. I'm taking hands to hips for the first few breaths, and then I'll be adding our arms. So our knees are bent. Inhale to lift your arms up, and then exhale to open them up. Sometimes we call these cactus arms. Again, continue to engage through these muscles so you don't get an excessive pelvic tilt. Drop down to where your body is able to do it, maybe not so comfortably, but not painfully. And one more breath in. Exhale, slowly release your arms to your side. Turn those toes forward just a little bit so they're not completely forward but not as much out. And then take your hands to your thighs, slowly descend through your hips as we set up some hip mobility work. Now your option is to continue to come in, heel toe, find a comfortable place, rest your arms along your thighs, or place your hands to the floor, or together if and when you feel ready. So this is our Hindi squat, and you can certainly rock it out side to side, or stay steady. Notice what's happening in your hips. Slowly place your hands to the ground, turn the toes forward, lift the hips up, and come once again into our wide fold. Maybe this time you're able to descend a little deeper. Bring your hands kind of towards the back of your heels if you're able to. Lift your hips up high and feel that stretch through the back of your legs. Now inhale, hands to your thighs. Slowly roll up. Exhale, find your way all the way up to standing. Inhale once again. And then exhale, arms by your side. Now I'm going to ask you to turn again towards the front of your mat, be lengthwise, as we come back down through our down dog. So draw another breath in. Exhale, swan dive, arms tip forward. Find a fold very briefly. And then step your front leg back, followed by your back leg, lifting the hips up high to a down dog position. We want long arms, hips lifted, heels lowered. From down dog, we're going to start to work more into our core muscles. So a new breath in, kind of roll your body forward to a high plank position. Exhale to hold. Inhale, start to lift your hips. And exhale, find your way to down dog. So your breath may be a little bit different, but that's okay. As long as you're taking those deep breaths in and back out. Use your abdominal muscles to lift your hips up, allow your heels to drop down a bit more. And just take notice of what's happening in your upper body. If your shoulders are wanting to come up towards your ears, draw them back and down. One more time through our down dog position. Exhale to our high plank, aligning your shoulders over your elbows, which are over your wrists. If you'd like to, walk your feet out wider for a wider base, a little bit more stability, or keep them narrow for a more challenging position. Now taking your back arm, we're just going to walk it in so it's under your shoulder and then roll over to a side plank. You may want to adjust your footing here. You can also keep your knee down if this is too much. So reach the top arm up. Now slowly bring your hand back down, roll onto your toes again, and we're going to be going in the other direction, so I won't see you for a few seconds. Walk this front arm just under your shoulder toward the midline of your body and roll onto the side of your foot or feet. Reach your arm up and open up through the front of your body. Keep that engagement also through your glutes. Slowly bring your hand back down, roll into our final high plank. Squeeze your thighs as we're here. And now descend down to a low plank, elbows under shoulders and arms outstretched. You may be here on your toes. You may need to bring your knees down at any point. We'll be holding for 3 more breaths. Nice long breaths. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your glutes. Appreciate the breath and the support it gives us. And now gently lower your knees down. Bring your heels or your hips towards your heels and find that length in your spine as we enjoy a nice child's pose. For the sake of our shoulders, it might help to walk your fingers to the front of the mat. Allow your head to rest on the floor if it makes it there. Now slowly coming up to a seated position. Give your shoulders a little rotation because they did a bit of work on those planks. And then flip yourself over onto your back. So we'll be doing a little bit of work on our back, mainly for our posterior chain muscles. We'll start by taking our feet about hip width apart and your heels about where you can touch them with your fingers. Allow your shoulders to settle down and your chest to open. And let's go slowly into a bridge pose. Press your heels down to the ground. Start to lift up through your hips first, through the mid-back, and almost into that upper back area as well. Allow your eyes to be fixed upward, your palms to press down or interlace under you. And when you're ready, slowly roll back down. Let's do that one more time with both feet down. As we bring some warmth into the hamstrings, the glutes, and lower back, and then roll back down. Now bringing one leg upward, we're going to extend this leg as straight as it can be without locking, and work into one-sided bridges. So let's roll up, hold here for a breath or two. Again, you can press your palms down for more support, and then slowly roll back down. Let's do that 2 more times, lifting up through the hips, engaging through your back, and letting your breath flow freely. One final time. Press that bottom foot to the floor. Trying to keep our hips again centered towards the ceiling, so you may find your body wants to shift one way or another. Slowly lower down and then switch sides. So this leg is coming to the floor, our opposite leg is extending. When you're ready, lift up through the tailbone, lower back, mid back, and hold here. Draw full breaths. You may want to inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth at this point. And then slowly roll back down. When you're ready, lift up once again. One vertebra at a time we descend, articulating through our spine. And one final time, lift all the way up. Hold here, deep breaths. Slowly roll back down. At this point, we'll take our knees into our chest for a nice release. Shift side to side. And place your back foot down, extend your top leg up. So the good news is we're going to start to stretch those muscles that we just used. Cross your ankle towards your knee. Gently guide the other knee open. And then bring your back leg right in towards you. This is our figure 4 stretch. Make some movement if you'd like, or just stay right where you are. Lower that leg down, extend the other leg, lifting up our heel upward, brief hamstring stretch, crossover, open your knee. When and if you're ready, find that other leg, reach in as you exhale, come a bit deeper into the stretch. And gently lower that leg down. So right now, we'll take a final stretch or two just to release through our legs. So you can roll onto one side, either allow your head to be down on the floor or prop up as needed, and bring your heel right in towards your bottom, your knees close to each other. From all those standing postures we do deserve a little bit of a quad stretch. Let's release that leg and either roll to your back or just turn to the other direction, switch legs, heel towards your bottom. To get a deeper stretch, we'll engage these muscles, our glutes, and gently press our pelvis forward. Slowly let go of your leg, and you can roll right onto your belly at this point. Hands about shoulder width apart, open up to a little bit of a baby cobra just to open the front of our body, and then exhale into your child's pose. Hips towards your heels. Reach the fingers towards the front of the mat and just stay here for another couple breaths. When you feel ready, you can come into a seated position as we close. Crossing your legs or taking any other place that's comfortable. Check in with your posture again, so your shoulders are back, your head is up tall. Let's inhale, reach our arms upward. Exhale, slowly lower down to our heart. And one more time. Taking your time. Exhale slowly. And thank you for joining. I hope that helped to work some of the leg strength and core strength and also our breathing. So if you have questions, feel free to comment or to send me any message. I hope to see you all soon.